Sweet Connoisseur is a local cake-making business that came under fire for infringing on a trademark. It was a tough blow for the husband and wife team and a tricky area for small businesses generally. To help clear the air and get the right protection in place, we sent in small business lawyer Eun Fung.
So Bill, Fiona, tell us about Sweet Connoisseur.
Well, I've been a pastry chef for about 27 years, working in patisseries and hotels. And I started off working in Sydney for myself, just doing cakes on the side for friends and family and private customers as well. Work just kept coming in, word got out there, word of mouth was fantastic.
What steps did you go through to say that I'm now here? You've put your stake in the ground, I've established my business. What other steps did you follow?
Pretty much getting the business name registered, and then we did look at trademarking back then. We had a bit of an issue with that when a friend of mine did a design for a business card, and we put it out to the Trademark Journal to be registered, and we got opposition from a company overseas, from an American hamburger chain, and I found out later on that he had actually copied their logo and replaced the hamburger with a cake, so we had to withdraw that one. And then after that, I sort of left it alone totally and just concentrated on developing the business name into some sort of recognisable logo.
So what's made you think more about your branding and your logo this time around?
6 weeks ago we had a launch on Instagram and really happy with that, but the difficulty that I found was when I went to look at our name and our branding, I wanted to get the handle Sweet Connoisseur. However, someone's already got it in the States. So I thought maybe we need to look at trademarking, or how can we protect our brand, how can we be thinking about our business name and what do we really need to do.
No, I think that's a really good, important step in looking at protecting your brand, protecting your trademark, because you've obviously invested a lot of money into it and a lot of time as well. IP Australia is the government body that looks after trademarking in Australia, and their website is really great, especially for people who can't afford to get legal advice. They can go onto the website, follow the steps, and in doing so can actually register and protect their trademark. The other thing you need to consider when you're looking at trademark registration is the class of trademark. Yeah. So the class of trademarks determines what kind of brand is your business. Is it a product? Is it a service? For your business, you probably fall under two broad ranges of trademarks, one around the cakes and cake decoration. So cakes is more around the product side of things, and the cake decorations around a service.
After the break, Eun talks through the essential steps necessary to protect your business identity. Bill and Fiona have a small cake-making business that came under fire for its trademarked logo. Now, they're making sure they get their IP in order with the help of lawyer Eun Fung. Let's hear what he has to say.
You could say that in your situation at the moment that you have what they call a common law trademark, which means that you have a strong business brand.
Okay.
Common law trademark is a little bit different to registered trademark. It's still a recognition that you have ownership or that there's some substance to your brand, but registration just adds that a little bit more protection. Now, the challenges with registration is obviously when you have oppositions like what you had in the past. The other issue that you might have with your trademark is that they're very generic terms, which are potentially used by other traders within your same industry.
Yeah.
The benefit that you have is that you've got over 10 years trading history, which means that when you do get an adverse report from IP Australia, you will be able to have an opportunity to respond and prove how you've used the brand or how you've used the name to support the fact that you do own the entitlement to use that name. One of the best ways to try and distinguish your mark or your brand is also by adding your logo beyond just the words. So if you register the picture, which is distinctive, so no one else does it exactly the same way as you, then that will help establish your brand as unique.
So you could use the words stylised as an image, as a logo, and that would still be okay.
Yeah, so you can register a trademark as a word, you can register a trademark as an image, you can register a trademark as an image as a word. So when it's something distinctive and unique to that business, they will potentially try and protect it. So Bill, with your business and its direction, doing your research up front, finding out who else is in that space who may be using the same name, or even something similar that may be possibly confusing, just so that you know what's out there. Doing your searches through IP Australia. When you're looking at trademarking, focus on what is it that you're doing, understanding the nature of that business. So having some foresight and planning ahead as to where your business is going to go.
Yep.
Well, thanks, guys. I hope what I've shared with you has been helpful, and all the best with your business.
Thanks, mate. Thanks very much.
Gee, it's great to get that cleared up by Ern, isn't it? As he said, the best way to distinguish your brand is to add a unique logo to stand out and register it as a trademark. Don't forget to drop by kbbtv.com.au and check out the IP Australia website for more.